Mark this moment, ladies and gentlemen. On your calendar, mark the day. If necessary, take a screenshot of it, since what we are seeing at the moment is more than simply a heartwarming sports tale. In professional tennis, this is a profound change. Additionally, you will miss the earthquake while debating the aftershocks if you are not paying attention. At the Miami Open, Alex Eala was just allocated to center court. That sounds like a scheduling choice at first glance. It sounds like logistics. It sounds like the work of a tournament director in between coffee breaks. But now, allow me to tell you something. Where she is playing has nothing to do with this. This relates to the significance of her playing there. Because you don't just nod and move on to the next headline when Billie Jean King, the creator of modern women's tennis and the woman who fought battles that most of these players today can't even comprehend, looks at a young Filipino athlete and basically says, "This one is different, this one is special, and this one better be careful." You cease. You pay attention. You do the processing. Billie Jean King does not award participation awards or other forms of recognition. She has witnessed the rise and fall of generations of athletes. She has witnessed celebrities burn out before they reached their full potential due to the pressure of being in the spotlight. She has seen gifted people crumble under the weight of expectations. Furthermore, she is applauding more than just a tennis match when she talks about Alex Eala. She's giving a blueprint under the pretense of a compliment, a warning wrapped in a blessing. The word's important, so let's dissect what King actually said. The skill, the game, the poise, and the intelligence on the court were the first things she recognized. She described how Eala destroys opponents who have been professional tennis players for longer than she has been alive. She observed how this young lady behaves in situations that would be heartbreaking for veterans. That's the compliment. That's the simple part. That's what makes for compelling Instagram images and headlines. But then reality set in. And anyone who believes that reaching center court is the end is uncomfortable at this point. King made it very evident that the tennis is the simple part. Everything that follows is the difficult part, the part that distinguishes champions from cautionary tales. More than 400 requests for sponsorships were received. 400. Take a moment to consider that figure. 400 businesses, 400 brands, and 400 entities all put up their hands and declared, "We want a piece of Alex Eala." And as King noted, that means there will be a lot of no's, a lot of choices, and a lot of situations where making the incorrect option will cost you more than just a check. You lose your trajectory as a result. You lose focus as a result. You lose the same thing that initially made you valuable. This is the topic that no one likes to discuss when a young athlete makes a big splash. The court is a regulated setting. Your opponent hits the ball back after you hit it. There are lines, rules, and a scoreboard that shows your precise position. Off the court, though, there is mayhem off the court. There is a feeding frenzy of people off the court who want to utilize your identity, name, face, and story to promote their goods. You will drown if you lack the self-control to weather that storm, and if you are unable to say no when every part of you wants to accept the money, the attention, and the approval. While grinning for the cameras, you will drown. Cashing checks will cause you to drown. You won't even notice you're underwater until it's too late, since you will drown so slowly. King highlighted a point that every emerging talent in every sport ought to have inked on their forehead. One ball at a time. Maintain your humility. It may sound corny, but consider how many players disregarded that advice and are now employed in regular jobs, wondering what became of their careers. If you don't treat the sponsorships, endorsements, and international attention as such, they are all just distractions. You have already lost what initially made you valuable when you begin to play for brand deals rather than trophies. You have exchanged your genuineness for a logo, and it has never been beneficial to you. The intriguing aspect of this whole circumstance is that Billie Jean King has been observing Alex Eala for a long time. This isn't just a trendy observation. This is not a legend trying to stay current by hopping on a fad. When Eala was 14 years old and took the stage at the U, King was watching. Accessible. That match was not won by her. It made no difference. Because King's observations were not conclusive. King perceived potential. Unquestionably raw, once-in-a-generation potential. The sort of potential that prompts scouts to get up and make phone calls. The potential that distinguishes athletes who create noise from those who create history. The rest of the world is finally catching up to what King already knew, years later. No Filipino player had ever done what Alex Eala did in 2022. Without losing a single set, she defeated Lucy Havlikova in a Grand Slam final, emerging victorious.